Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. Just going to go through the Eadsy Astronomy weekly newsletter for this week. It's a little bit shorter. I've been really busy observing, so we're just going to kind of keep it really basic this week for next week. Here again is the calendar. You can see it. We're moving here to the week of the 15th through the 21st. You can see we start with a waning crescent this Sunday at 10.7%. Monday goes to 5.1. Tuesday 1.4. Wednesday's new moon. Thursday, basically, Wednesday technically is new moon according to what I've seen on my calendar, but here they have Wednesday as a waning, really faint waning crescent, new moon on the morning of the 19th. 20th, you're looking at a waxing crescent, 5.1, and then 11.4 on Saturday the 21st. This is what I call the waning waxing crescent new moon week. This is the best week for deep skies. So hopefully you have clear skies. Next week, the forecast looking absolutely fabulous for me. I'm actually probably going to hit one site local that's pretty dark, and then I'm really leaning to going for a 2-day trip down to the Wedge Overlook or out to the Severe Desert and or the Deep Creeks, and spending 2 days observing. We'll have to see how that works with everything going on with family and stuff. Anyway, here's the astronomical highlights for this week. Like I said, this week also marks a seasonal transition as we approach the Vernal Equinox, the spring equinox. With new moon occurring midweek, the sky will be at its darkest, making it the premier window for the annual Messier Marathon. I've talked about that and done a post on that. Here's the link. The link's at the bottom of the article too. During this week, the evening sky remains active with brilliant planetary appearances from Venus at dusk. I saw it the other night when I was out observing. Beautiful in the western sky, as always, shimmering very bright. And then Jupiter is still positioned as king of the sky for great observing. We're now fully into galaxy season with the moon leaving the early evening sky, so make sure you get out and enjoy the galaxies in Leo, Virgo, Coma Bernices, and Ursa Major, and the other ones out there. Planetary highlights: Venus and the crescent moon on March 19th, shining brilliantly as the evening star now. Venus will be low in the western sky after sunset. On the 19th, look just about 6.6 degrees to the upper left for a razor-thin 1% waxing crescent moon. Be a beautiful sight, great to image. Jupiter, king of the sky, like I said, is dominating the southern sky after dark. Jupiter remains well placed near the Gemini twins of Castor and Pollux. It shines at magnitude negative 2.2 right now, and it's visible to about 3:30 a.m., depending on what time zone you're in. Uranus, located in Taurus, just south of the Pleiades, at magnitude 5.8. It's a great binocular target, and I do have the finder chart later in the post there for you. It sets around midnight, just be aware of that. Mars and Mercury, both planets remain difficult morning challenges this week, sitting very low in the eastern southeast horizon just before dawn. I really can't see them because of the mountain ranges here, so you need a pretty good flat thing. We can say the final farewell to Saturn, the ring planet. It's rapidly approaching its superior conjunction when it passes behind the Sun on March 25th. By midweek, March 18th, new moon, it will be sitting just 3 degrees above the western horizon at 7:45 p.m. So unless you have a perfectly flat, unobstructed horizon and very clear skies, it's going to get lost in that bright orange glow of twilight. Neptune, the ice giant, it's even closer to the sun than Saturn right now. It's currently unobservable. It's washed out by the evening twilight and will remain hidden until it reappears in the morning sky in mid-April. Both Saturn and Neptune are going to move to the morning now for a while. The lunar schedule, like we said, the moon's getting out of the way. So for the first half of the week, providing the best dark sky window of the month for deep sky observing. March 15th, 17th, you have that waning crescent. That means the moon's 50% illuminated or less. It rises late in the morning, and it's just a sliver visible only in those pre-dawn hours. March 18th, new moon, 9:26 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. March 19th to 21, you have a waxing crescent. The old moon to the new moon's arms, Earthshine, will be visible in the low and in the west after sunset. You still get plenty of time for deep sky observing after that crescent goes down. Really doesn't impact you at all. With the moon reaching its new phase on Wednesday the 18th, again, this is deep sky galaxy season, the heart of it. The evening sky is perfect for hunting down those galaxies, like I said, in Leo, Virgo, Coma Bernices, Ursa Major. For a guide, here's a link that you can go to and see that. Comets, again, always the two things. Here's the best place to go: Skyhound Comet Chasing link for finder charts and which ones are up. You also Starwalk has that link there too. Probably the biggest comet I'm going to talk about this week is Comet C 2026A1 MAPS. That's the one you're going to hear about. It's a rare sun grazer that astronomers are buzzing about because it could become a great comet, visible not just at night, but potentially visible in broad daylight. We'll have to see what happens. No guarantees on this. We're going to just continue to watch it. It's part of the Kreutz sun grazer family, the same group that produced the legendary Great Comet of 1965, Ikea Psyche, and Comet Lovejoy in 2011. Currently, it's around magnitude 11.5, so you do need a scope for it. It is in its growth phase right now, and it's moving through Cetus. Look very low in the west-southwest, about 45 to 60 minutes after sunset. It sets quickly, so you only have a short window before it dips below the horizon here in the northern hemisphere. The comet is heading for a perilous perihelion. That's its closest approach to the sun on April 4th. We'll have to see if it survives that. The night view, if it stays together, if it holds together, doesn't break apart, could reach magnitude -4, -5, as bright as Venus by the end of March. That would be exciting. The daylight view, during its closest pass on April 4th, it will be just 99,000 miles from the sun's surface. At that point, the forward scattering of sunlight through its dust tail could push its brightness to an incredible magnitude of -10 or more. If it holds together and everything comes together, we could have an awesome comet this spring. When to look, the best chance for a daylight sighting will be April 3rd and 5th, and we'll keep this on the weekly newsletter so people are reminded of that. You would need to block the sun behind a building or a specialized filter to see the comet going right next to it. Warning, this is critical. Never look directly at the sun with the naked eye or a telescope while hunting for the comet. Permanent eye damage or even loss of eyesight can occur instantly. Don't do that. Don't ever do it. Look at the sun unfiltered. Comet 24P Shumas is a great target for binoculars. Magnitude 9 in the constellation of Serpents continues to fade off. Lunar craters for this week. The moon is thin this week. Look for these features on the waxing crescent from the 19th to the 21st. Pedivus is a large crater near the edge of the moon with a prominent central peak and a unique ryle crack crossing its floor. Wonderful to get. Mare Crisium, the Sea of Crisis, stands out as an isolated dark oval on the moon's eastern limb during the early crescent phases. Great to image, great to sketch. And then you have the straight wall. We've talked about that, Rupos Recta. It's visible again as the sun rises over it on the 21st, appearing as a dark linear shadow. Great target to go for. Double stars, spring favorites, Algebra, Gamma Leonis, the golden pair in the sickle of Leo. Stunning color contrast of golden yellow hues there. Great in small scopes. Castor again, the famous sextuple system in Gemini, easily to split into two white components. Cor Coralis, the bright heart of Canis Venacci, another great galaxy constellation, offering a wide separation and distinct white lilac colors. You have Mizar and Elcar, the horse and the rider. We've talked about that. It's the middle star in the handle of the Big Dipper. Visually, you can see two. Scopes, you're actually going to see more than two. Okay, this is the most famous naked eye double. In the telescope, the brighter star Mizar, which I was just talking about, splits into a beautiful tight pair. It's actually a sextuple system, though you only see three distinct points of lights there. Iota Canceri, the spring alberio, it's at the head of the Cancer, the crab. Often called the spring version of the famous summer star Alberio, it offers a stunning color contrast, a bright golden yellow primary, pale blue secondary. They are spaced widely enough to be an easy target for any small telescope. Here's two not so well-known hidden gems. 38 Lenses. It's located in the faint constellation of Lynx, just north of the front of Ursa Major. Why do you observe it? It's a beautiful but overlooked pair. The primary is silvery white star, while the companion has a subtle lilac or violet tint to it. It's a tighter split than Mizar, making it a great next step challenge for steady hands and good eyes. Kappa Geminorum, it's located in the body of Gemini, south of Pollux. It's a delicate, unique, unequal pair. The primary is bright orange-yellow, giant, and the companion is a much fainter, pale blue dot nestled close by. It's a great test of your ability to see color in dimmer stars. Some challenges if you want to go after some doubles. Here I've just put a chart together. You can see the best equipment to use and the difficulty for splitting them. Of course, you still have the pup with Sirius. That's going to be around for the rest of March, and we'll start to fade that off come April. Deep sky targets for galaxy season begins. It's the premier week for deep sky observing. Milky Way is moving toward the horizon, opening a window out of our galaxy and into the deep universe. This week for observing and imaging deep sky objects, it's galaxy season, so lots of choices to observe or to image from. Here's some recommendations. If you're going to visually observe, imaging, you can do any of these. If you're going to visually observe 4 to 6 inch scopes, we have M44 Beehive, M81 Bodes is beautiful, M82 next to it, M46 NGC 2438, beautiful open cluster with a secret planetary nebula hidden inside the stars. M67, the King Cobra cluster. It's one of the oldest open clusters known, appearing as a dense golden dusting of stars. M48, a bright open cluster in Hydra that's visible to the naked eye under perfect conditions. Challenging objects for small scopes, M97, the Owl, see if you can get the 2 faint eyes. NGC 2903, a barred spiral in Leo, often called the best galaxy not in Messier's list, the one he missed. M108, the surfboard galaxy. It's an edge-on galaxy near the Owl Nebula. It requires a dark sky to see its mottled texture, but when you do, beautiful texture. Imaged it the other night on my Sea Star. Of course, you have the Leo triplet, M65, M66, and the Hamburger. While the group is famous, seeing the distinct spiral structure in a 4-inch scope is a test of your vision. M101, the pinwheel. It's large, very low surface brightness, and you need a good night at a dark site to see M101. If you're in suburbia or urban settings, you're not going to see it. Frosty Leo Nebula, a rare protoplanetary nebula west of Regulus. It looks like a tiny fuzzy star, so you can look those up in Sky Safari or Stellarium. 10-inch scopes, your eye candy, M51 Whirlpool. Saw it in the 17.5 in MPAS 21.7 skies the other night. Just beautiful. It's called the bridge. Saw the spiral structure. The arms were very evident in my large scope. M104 looked at, imaged that as well. Sombrero, it's a showstopper in Virgo. The dust lane cutting through its bright core is unmistakable, making the north end brighter than the parts below it. You have NGC 3242, Planetary Nebula, the Ghost of Jupiter. It's a blue-green planetary nebula that mimics the size and color of the planet Jupiter. Well worth seeing. 4565, the Needle Galaxy, finest edge-on galaxy in the sky. It spans nearly the entire field of view in a high-power eyepiece. Really great. Saw that the other night, too. M13 is rising later in the evening, late at night, early morning. It's worth the wait. 10-inch scope resolves it, of course, into thousands of diamonds, and you can get a peek at your summer constellations coming up. And then you have the Siamese twins, NGC 4567 and 8, 2 galaxies in Virgo that are physically colliding. They look like overlapping misty patches. Challenging objects is the Hamburger Galaxy 3628 in Leo as part of the Leo triplet. See if you can see the dust lane in that galaxy. You have the Helix Galaxy 2685. It's a rare polar ring galaxy in Ursa Major. It's a true test for large aperture and steady skies. Marcane's Chain, of course, a curved string of 8 galaxies in the Virgo cluster. Looked at that in the 31 Nagler. It was beautiful. Not a lot of detail, but it's nice to see them spread out. And then you can bring high magnification to each of them and see detail on them. Minkowski 1-7 is a tiny, faint planetary nebula in Gemini. Requires high magnification and O3 filter to blink it into view. It's a good challenge. Hickson 44 is a tight group of 4 galaxies in the neck of Leo. Seeing all 4 at once requires excellent transparency at a dark site. And then NGC 2438, you're looking for the central star. Try to spot the 17th magnitude central star inside the nebula within the M46 cluster if you have a large enough scope. that's a 17th magnitude. I can't reach that with my 17.5. So if you have a 22, 24 or greater scope, you can give that a try. I've also published observing guides. I have one for Leo, Virgo. Have one almost ready for Coma Bernices. I just need to put it in RA deck order so that you're not popping all around the sky in the order I have it in right now. And so I'll try to get that done over the weekend and get that up. Also, I have a link to the Messier Marathon if you're going to try that this week. And then go check on Eadsy Astronomy over here at Patreon. For new posts this week, I got a story of Annie Jump Cannon, Astronomer of the Week. That's really good. Observing guys. I'll have some news stories probably by Saturday morning, so look for that. And thanks for joining me. Thanks for being a part of the community. Again, a plug, if you want to become a contributing member, we have 2 levels, Stargazer and Deep Sky. And just helps to offset some of the cost of sharing some of this stuff with you and the time and stuff. Just shows your appreciation for what we're doing, that you find value in this. But again, most of the content's going to be free. I do some things for paying members that I don't do for those that are just regular members or just coming in to take a look. So anyway, look for some more live coming up this next week as I'm out and about in Utah. And we'll catch you later. Have clear skies and take advantage of them. Great time to be an amateur astronomer. Have a good one. Catch you next time. Thanks for joining me.